Jackson on the drive, kicks it out for Man. Man, three-pointer, bang! Oh, what a man!
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12, good!
Here's Michael at the foul line, a shot on Elo, good!
The Bulls win! They win it!
Now there's a steal by Bird, underneath the DJ, going up over Bell, ball away, yes! Yes! At the buzzer, he does it! Was there ever a doubt? A Smith screen, Bougie will defend.
Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life!
It's a physical game.
Oh, man, oh, God! A monster jam by Blake Griffin!
What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another post-game live here for the 2023 NBA playoffs. I thought for a second I wasn't going to be able to do this. My computer was heating up like a fucking oven and just shutting down. It seems like it's okay for now. We live from Los Angeles. Oh, my God. My green screen is bugging out. Hold on one second. I got to fix that for the good people in the live. Shout out to the good people in the live joining me on 12:30 a.m. on a Saturday night, or I guess Sunday morning, whatever you want to call it, after the Clippers lose game 4 to the Suns in LA and go down 3-1, and the Lakers go up 2-1. Going to be talking about both, but I'm just going to preface by saying that I only got to see the first half of the Laker game. This is my parents' anniversary night, so shout out to my parents, best parents in the world. I only got to watch the first half, but I think that was enough, honestly. And then I, saw tweets from people that I obviously respect their basketball opinions about the Laker game and kind of got the gist, I'd say. So many other games, though, that I didn't get to watch this weekend, like the Celtics, the Nets games. I didn't even watch either of those games in Brooklyn. I still plan on watching those games. I didn't even get to watch the Kings-Warriors game because I was at the Clipper game. So just been really overwhelmed, to be honest. And I didn't even get to go to the game today, which is really sad. This was the first Clipper playoff home game when I was living in LA that I hadn't been to since game 3 against the Houston Rockets in 2015 when Austin Rivers went off. And when I was in college, obviously I missed that Warriors series, but all the other games in LA playoffs, I've been at every single one, 2021, 2017, 2016. So it was tough to miss it. I was coaching kids. It was definitely worth it, though. I had a great time. But I got to miss it. And I watched the game, and look, it felt like a carbon copy of game 3 in many ways. Great start we got off to, so much, really good defensive intensity. We made a change. Marcus Morris Sr. starting instead of Nico. Back to square one, I guess. And look, Nico hasn't been playing very well. He hasn't been shooting the ball well, but his defense has still been pretty good. Marcus Morris, look, we know what he's about in terms of how good he is at this stage of his career. And we gave him another chance. Ty Lue gave him another chance. That's his boy. And, he couldn't guard. It's the same old stuff we've seen all season. That rest didn't change. He's just old. His knees, he's gone through a lot. He's played a lot. He's owed $16 million next year. That's a bad contract. The point is he didn't really do much. He had a couple of good moments, like one, he drew an offensive foul. He made a 3. But overall, he didn't really help the team. First quarter, though, we were good. And guess who sets the tone yet again? Russell Goatbrook. He has just been out of this world in this series. He's been great in every fucking game. I've got so much to say about Russ, but I'm going to save it as I continue. Great first quarter. Kevin Durant was being guarded by Eric Gordon, which I thought was hilarious. And KD wasn't going at him at all. Norm was guarding Book. And look, I give Norm credit. He was trying his hardest. He can't guard Devin Booker, man. Devin Booker has just been unreal in this series. Definitely miss a Pat Bev that got under his skin in 2021. But I think he's gotten better since then. He's taken that experience from the finals. Yes, he choked last year in Game 7. But I've always said for 3 years now, I think Devin Booker is a top 10 player in the league. Probably like 9th or 10th. But I'm taking him over at Ja Morant any day of the week. Because Ja Morant, the regular season, and I heard he played really well in the fourth quarter tonight, He's great in the pick and roll, but D-Book, when it comes to the playoffs, you can't do shit about the shots he makes and takes. I'm a big guy in terms of tough shot making. Yes, he doesn't get – you can say he doesn't get to the rim like that. Ja Morant's incredible at getting to the rim. But Devin Booker has been the son, the only one really that's been getting to the rim off the bounce in this series for them with any consistency. He's been impossible to guard. And in that first half, just the first half, it felt like Devin Booker – I mean, you could say in the whole series, to be honest, but I don't believe it. But Devin Booker looks like the best player on the court for the Suns. I mean, in general, because no Kawhi. KD has had this whole, I'm not trying to step on his toes thing for a lot of it, but Devin Booker just seems tougher to deal with right now, at least for us, and maybe KD saving it. I still won't say that Devin Booker is better than Kevin Durant yet, but in this series, I mean, there's been no debate. Second quarter, I think the Clippers bench, there was some really good stuff in there. Mason Plumlee was fantastic. Zubats, I mean, in the first quarter, he was so poor. He was there's two kinds of Zoos, right? I think we got some glimpses, like in this, when he came back in the game to end that second quarter and a little bit of that third quarter. We saw some good Zoo playing good defense and drop coverage like we've seen throughout the season. Wasn't getting torched, doing a decent job of dropping just enough, though, that he can still maybe contest the jumper and then get back to DeAndre Ayton. And I thought he did a decent job more often than not. I wouldn't even say more often than not. I would say for a stretch, like late in that second quarter, maybe beginning of that third quarter. But Mason Plumlee, I thought in this game, was the better center. I thought he made some fantastic passes, including a behind the head pass or over the shoulder pass to save the ball late in that first quarter and found Eric Gordon for three. I mean, that was amazing. And Mason Plumlee, I think he's done good work in the dunker spot. You even saw him in drop coverage today against Chris Paul because we know, he's not really attacking the rim like that. And I thought, the Suns and the Clippers, they clearly saw the scouting report. Forced Norman Powell, try to funnel him to his left, ice him to his left on every screen. Clippers, for the most part, trying to do the same with Chris Paul. But CP, I mean, he had an amazing game in this one. Just some really tough shots in isolation in this game. And also, for the first time in this series, it seemed like he blew by someone, Mason Plumlee. I don't know if that's saying much, but he had some really tough shots in isolation. He even had a shot on an offensive rebound where he threw it over his left shoulder on a turnaround, and he was just in the zone. The thing is, when you let CP go to his right, it's a different ball game. And almost all of them were going to his right or in isolation. The ones going to his right, you can try to prevent all you want. He's still going to find a way to get some of them off and pick and roll. But I thought we did a decent job with that. It's just they have more firepower. I mean, Russell Westbrook was creating a lot of good shots. I thought Terrence Mann was fantastic. This was his best game of the series thus far for me. He was knocking down shots. He did a really solid job on KD. But the Clippers only scored 17 points in the second quarter, went to halftime only down by 1. It felt really similar to the first, to game 3, I'm sorry. We were just turning the ball over too much. That's why we weren't really in the lead. It felt like we were doing such a great job. Eric Gordon was holding his own against KD, who wasn't really going at him. Zubats was doing a decent job in drop coverage overall. I'm surprised we still went to that strategy. Only a couple of times he hedged and then, recovered. More often than not, he was in drop. But I think the guys at the point of attack, their effort level was so good. Actually, by the way, what am I saying with Norman Powell guarding Booker? It was Russell Westbrook mainly guarding Booker. Apologies. It was Russell Westbrook mainly guarding Booker and then Eric Gordon guarding KD. But at times, Norman was switched on to Book, and he didn't do that bad. But Russ, I mean, again, his fighting over screens, the way he's been getting back into the play, on KD, on Book, everybody, really, it's been phenomenal. His defense has just been spectacular, and I never in a million years could have expected him to be this good in the playoffs, It's been unbelievable. But I felt pretty decent. However, the third quarter has been the third quarter for the Phoenix Suns in this series, mainly Devin Booker taking over the game. And it's just kind of started happening again. But KD started getting in on the act. That's what was tough. Marcus Morris, I don't think he gave us anything really in that first half, and still he was playing too much. Terrence Mann didn't come back into the game after his first stint until the 2-minute mark of the first half. And Nico, I mean, it's insane. So Nico can miss shots, but he plays good defense, and now he only gets 6 minutes in a game. But Marcus Morris and Reggie have the longest leash, I should say, in the world. They get to miss shot after shot but continue to play 20 to 30 minutes per game before the front office has to come in and try to push Ty Lue to make a change. It's kind of a summary of our season in a way, or not a summary of our season, but just a theme of our season, you can say. It's been very, very frustrating, to say the least, and I don't think Marcus Morris Sr. did much for us in the second half either. In that third quarter, I was just like, dude, he can't really guard. He's not making his shots. He's got no elevation on his jumper anymore. It sucks to see. And, I mean, if there's any team he's going to play decently against, it's the Suns that he can match up against because they're not the quickest in the world, but it still was a struggle for him. We even had him try to guard Chris Paul at some points, which actually it didn't get abused or anything like that. I can see why we did that because CP is not the fastest in the world off the bounce. But we were really just staying in the game because of Russ. Mainly, I thought, we had some, I said, decent stretches by Zoo, but overall 4 points, 9 rebounds. Like, that's and I have to, take my L on this one. Zoo, I've been backing him all season long, but he's been a real disappointment in this series. A real disappointment. And I said before the season, I've been preaching throughout the season that if it's a Zubats, it's a championship caliber starting center. And he's not looking like that right now because the thing about Zoo is there are 2 Zoos. One that is super aggressive, tries to dunk, blocks shots, super engaged defensively, aggressive when he gets the ball and goes up strong around the rim. Then there's another Zoo that plays like a softie, can't catch the ball, is really not very engaged, doesn't call for the ball, doesn't really try to seal, doesn't go up for rebounds aggressively, and just complains. And I think in this series, we've gotten a really timid Ivica Zubats. And that really hurts, honestly, because we've needed him to play better than this. And it's not like Deandre Ayton's like killing him or something. We just haven't gotten the best version of Zoo. And you can say there's obviously a big reason is drop coverage is Zoo's primary. That's what he's done all season. He's what he's really good at. But these guys are drop coverage killers with the mid-range mafia. However, we saw him have good moments in drop in this game. What about the other stuff? What about actually trying to be an offensive option for us? And now that part of that is on Ty Lue. But what about being ready for passes? Fumbling the ball, acting like Kwame Brown. Like, we've talked about this with Zoo in games that he's had, throughout his Clipper tenure. And it really disappoints me because I've gone to bat for him so much this season and just throughout his Clipper tenure. And I still love Zoo. I'm not going to say trade him or anything like that. Nothing's reckless, but I do have some doubts about if we want a championship team, I don't know if he can start. However, he's young. Honestly, that's really harsh. He's pretty young. So make him work through his mistakes. But maybe if we can, if there's a better center out there and Zoo could be a backup, that would be fantastic on a championship team. If the aspirations aren't championship and our team looks completely different next season, then of course I'm down to have Zoo start. But point blank, I don't want to get too much into like next season stuff. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough in this game, but the Clippers somehow managed to stay in it. They were outscored by 4 in the third quarter, so they went into the fourth down by 5. And I was just, I was watching the game with my dad, and I was like, it just feels too similar to the last game. We are taking care of the ball better in this second half, but like in the first half, we had 10 turnovers, only turned the ball over 3 times in the second half. So, and then, that's a lot of that's on Russ. It was kind of the same thing. He took better care of the ball in the second half. 4 turnovers in the game for him. But the Suns, KD, we actually put Robert Covington in the game, which was cool to see. Didn't really get to do much. He had played 8 minutes, so more than Nico. We went away from Nico in the second half. A couple times he switched on to KD. Let's just say he couldn't guard Kevin Durant. And there was one moment where KD had a crossover, left to right hand, pulled up, got an and one. And that's kind of a play that kind of, encapsulates Kevin Durant's skill and just his player profile in one play. His ability to handle the ball, looks like a complete forward, but he's the height of a center. Just amazing skill on display by, one of the best scorers to ever play the game. And it just became tough, when CP's making shots, when Book's making shots, when KD's making shots. Terrence, man, was trying hard, and I thought he had some really good defensive possessions on KD, forcing him to take tough shots because, Terrence struggles with some of those quicker guards, but against guys like KD who don't have quickest first step. And honestly, I think we underestimate and we don't talk about enough that, as good as Kevin Durant has looked since coming off the Achilles injury, he does not have the same burst that he once did. And it definitely hurts him as a scorer. He really just lives off contested jumpers these days. And, those are layups, especially in the mid-range for him at times. But it's not the same as it once was. He doesn't just clear guys the same way. But Robert Covington, let's just say he couldn't really guard him. And it became too tough. But I got to give Russell Westbrook credit. At one point, we got it down to 91-93 with about 7 minutes left. Then CP, the Stars, the Big Four, just hitting shots, and they were hard to guard in the pick and roll. And, one play that's hard to guard, Devin Booker, the tough part about him, you can funnel Chris Paul to his right, or to his left, I'm sorry. But Book and KD, you can go both ways, stop on a dime. There was one play where we were guarding Devin Booker in the pick and roll, went over the screen. He had a high screen. KD in the weak side corner. We talked about before the series, Chris Paul with that play, pick and roll with Ayton, with KD in the weak side corner. But now with Book, he slung that shit across the court with his right hand, right on the money, and KD wide open three, and that's butter. And I got to give Russell Westbrook credit. He played so hard. He went right at Devin Booker, right at Landry Shamet in the first half, at KD. He was an absolute warrior. And his three ball falling, you could not script it that way. I got it. It's the same story, man. Norman Powell didn't play very well in this one. That's not the same story. But I just meant the same story in the sense that, the guys tried so hard. I'm really proud of the fight. The Suns don't look that impressive, but at the same time, it is hard to guard those players of that caliber. And we're just shorthanded, and it's just very unfortunate. The Clippers lose it, both home games. This one by a score of 112-100. And we go down 3-1 in the series. Going to read the stat lines now. Apologies for the lags. The computer's just so hot. It's been doing that. Suns bench only going 9 deep. Shamet, Damian Lee, Biyombo, and Okogie. Shamet played 5 minutes and was 0 for 2 with a donut. Look, man, I remember being sad about us trading Shamet. And that was such a great trade to get Luke Kennard. Luke is a much better player than Shamet. And Landry Shamet, when he doesn't start, he's not the same player. When he starts, he has a much more confidence. I noticed that in 2019. And you can argue he's not a starting shooting guard on a certain team. We've seen him be a starting shooting guard on a playoff team. Can he still do that? I don't know. But I don't really care. When he left the Clippers and he signed with Brooklyn, or they traded him, I'm sorry, all he did was, post Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, Empire State of Mind, on his Instagram story. No, thank you, Clipper Nation. No, nothing. We supported that man, took him in, and celebrated him. So I just don't really fuck with that. No hard feelings though with Sham. It's just like I don't really fuck. It's whatever. But he's still always gonna be famous and legendary for this moment, for this very moment.
Gilgeous Alexander, Shamet for three, bang!
Doesn't get better than that, does it? But anyway, who else? Nobody else for the Phoenix Suns really does anything special on the bench. Bismack Biyombo, 12 minutes, 3 points, 2 boards. Damian Lee was over 1 with a donut. Josh Okogie, 6 points. And if they want to beat the Denver Nuggets, they are going to need campaign. They are going to need Cameron Payne. The starters. Torrey Craig just continues to be lights out in this series. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 for 7 from the field. But he was 0 for 2 from 3, which didn't feel like that. Deandre Ayton, 15 points, 13 boards, 2 steals and 2 blocks. 5 turnovers, though. I don't really know what to say. It was okay. 7 for 13. I'm not looking at it from a Suns perspective. CP3, he had a really good game, though. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals and 3 blocks. The one thing about him, I think he got away with a couple of fouls, like usually with reaching ass. But he did a good job of getting his hands active and, poking the ball away. And he has some of the best hands I've ever seen. There's no doubt about that. I saw it firsthand for 6 years, so not much more to say there. My computer's tripping the stack right now, but I hope the audio is fine. Kevin Durant, 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. 9 for 17 from the field and 3 for 4 from deep, 10 for 11 from the line. He was pretty good in this game. 3 turnovers. Devin Booker led the way. I'm sorry, no, he didn't lead the way. KD had more points than him. Devin Booker had 30, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 4 turnovers, though. On 10 for 21 from the field, 3 for 6 from deep, and 7 for 8 from the line. Devin Booker, I mean, in my opinion, he's been the best player overall in this series, one of the best players in the playoffs. He's been absolutely cooking. We've had no answer for him. He's been hitting and he's been playing so much, too. Over 40 minutes each game. And you got to hand it to him for that. I think that, though, he definitely, it's just annoying seeing the Suns, again, have to play us with injuries and, not play a complete team. And that was the whole story of their 2021 Western Conference Finals run, was playing teams that were injured. So it really just pisses me off. But being available is part of the game, and it is part of the championship quest. And the Clippers have failed in that respect. And the Suns right now have had the advantage, done what they needed to do. Honestly, I'm not even going to – honestly, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to go to the box score on my computer. We'll save some battery. We'll do it on my phone. So that way it's not going to be as laggy in the stream because my computer's already heating up. If anybody has any tips on how to not get your computer to heat up like a fucking sauna, please let me know because I've reduced some clutter on it recently, but Jesus, man. Anyway, so now I get to read the stats on my phone. So if I'm looking down, y'all, and I'm not looking at you in the camera, it's only because I'm looking at these stats. But let's go to it. Suns and the Clippers. For the Clippers, we went with the 10-man rotation, Nico, Rocco, Mason, Bones, and Terrence. Nico obviously played the least 6 minutes, a donut. Look, I want to say that Nico's had 4 bad games. In fairness to Nico, he's had 3 bad games. This doesn't really count. He played 6 minutes. Very unfair, but I'm going to get to the big picture in a second. And then, let's see. I don't know why I went away from that. The box score right there. Dumbass. Robert Covington played 8 minutes, had a donut, and was 0 for 2. I thought he took one very ill-advised 3, but he has a tendency to do that. There's not much to go off there. He couldn't guard Kevin Durant. Sue him. Didn't really get a chance all season long. So, Bones Highland, 18 minutes. He had 5 points, 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 5 from deep. Thought he was okay, not great really. All his threes were long. Don't know why. All his threes were long. We could have used a little bit more of a scoring boost, but I think he was out there because his speed, his pace, and he actually got a couple of steals. I remember that steal on Kevin Durant in the fast break. Only one steal, I'm sorry, of course. But he was a +4, so he did have some good positive minutes. And then there was Ivica Zubac, who played Mason Plumlee, who played 19 minutes. Thought he was really good. 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists on 3 for 4 from the field in 19 minutes. But overall, when Mason's hedging and recovering on the screens, he doesn't do a very good job, in my opinion. The Suns get good looks every time. So defensively, I think we bleed more points with Mason overall. But I think you can argue he's had a better series than Zoo. But Zoo was really good in game 1. I don't want to take that away from him. And then there's Marcus Morris Sr., who was 3 for 13 from the field, 1 for 8 from deep, 9 points, and got cooked basically the whole game. Yeah, I think anybody could have predicted that. Look, it's nothing personal with Senior. He's just past it. He's had a lot of injuries, a lot of wear and tear. How about EJ? Not great. 32 minutes played, 10 points, 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from deep. There was 1 3 from the left wing that was just super unnecessary. Thought he should have turned the corner on Chris Paul, tried to drive by him, airballed. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 other shots that were a little questionable, but 4 for 8 is not bad. And his defense on Kevin Durant was not terrible either. In the first half, the fact that he was able to keep him in check was amazing. But granted, I think that was a little bit more about Kevin Durant just not really going at him. But I thought he held his own. And I think EJ overall in this series has been good defensive EJ. It's been the offense that's been so inconsistent. And for the most part, not really what you've expected or what we needed of him with our guys having gone down. It's really about having gone down. We needed a little bit more. So a little disappointed in EJ. And then there's Terrence Mann, who I thought was really good. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. He played 30 minutes, but the fact that EJ's playing more than him Norman Powell's playing 7 more minutes than him when he was 4 for 15. Now, granted, Norm should probably be playing 37 minutes because he was so great last game and he's the best scorer we've got in terms of in this regular season, most efficient scorer, best scorer, more than Westbrook. Sorry, Westbrook fans. But when Russ is playing like this, of course, Norm is not a better scorer than him. At least, not a better scorer than him when Russ is playing like this. But Terrence Mann was fantastic. The point I was trying to make was that he shouldn't be getting 7 less minutes than Norm. He shouldn't be getting only 30 minutes when he's the guy that has so much stamina, so much endurance, and can play all day. So 13 points, 3 for 4 from deep, even 1 step back, 5 for 9 from the field, 3 in 30 minutes. And then there's Norman Powell, 14 points, 4 boards on 4 for 15 from the field and 2 for 6 from deep. I mean, he couldn't do it again. It's tough. You're asking a lot of him. 2 for 6 from deep. Just need a little bit more. And then the man himself, Russell Goatbrook. 4 straight awesome performances from Russ. 37 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 for 29 from the field. So he was uber aggressive, but efficient. 3 for 6 from deep in 40 minutes to go along with some great defense. The man was so engaged, so determined, led by example, left his heart and soul on that floor. He's done it in every game. And I predicted before the series this would be his best playoff series since 2017. Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. He's been better than I could have ever imagined. The Clippers overall as a team shot 43.5% from the field, which obviously isn't very good. Only 32% from deep, 12 for 37, so that just sucks. The Suns, on the other hand, 49% from the field and 41% from deep. Only 22 three-point attempts, but they were fairly efficient at them. Again, the foul shots, 21 out of 27 for the Suns, 8 for 10 for the Clippers, so 17 more foul shots. Russ did go to the rim a good amount, and there were some calls that weren't given to him. But overall, I'm going to be serious. I don't think the officiating was that horrendous in this one. It was terrible in Game 3, but upon watching it on TV, I don't think it was that ridiculous. I think the Suns genuinely got fouled more. I think it's just hard when the 2 best players in the series are on the other team. You can make an argument that Westbrook has outplayed Kevin Durant in the series, a very strong one, in fact. And if you really want to go far, maybe you can argue he's been the best player in the series, but I disagree with that because Devin Booker's team is up 3-1. He hasn't turned the ball over as much. He didn't have a 3 for 19 game, despite the fact that Westbrook was amazing at the end. But Book, I mean, he's been pretty damn good in every game. Game 1, he wasn't great, but if we're holding him to the Westbrook standard, then you can say that he was still decent. I think Book's been the best player in the series, sue me. But you can argue Westbrook's been better than KD, which if you had told somebody before the series, will Russ be better than KD in the series? I don't think many people that weren't Russ stans would have said yes. So I just got to give him so much credit for that. But the 2 best players in the series are on the Phoenix Suns. And that makes it very hard when Kawhi's out to win these games when the game is close in the 4th quarter. Talent wins out when it comes to that. Talent wins out. And I admire the boys for fighting. It's just a very tough position to be in, and they're repeatedly in this position. Before I move on to the Laker games, I got some thoughts. I'm not going to just get everything out like you guys want me to in this episode. We're going to wait till, the nail's in the coffin. And, it basically is. But until our team is fishing, until it says 4 games to the Phoenix Suns, 1, then I'm not going to, get all into the whole season and how disappointed I am in all this. All I'm going to say is, man, Ty Lue to play Marcus Morris like that is just a microcosm of the season. It's not the reason we lost. Nico Batum, he's been very disappointing in this series. If it's Zubats, has really disappointed me as well. And I've, as I said, been his biggest advocate or one of his biggest advocates. But there's got to be somebody we got to talk about, and that's Russell Westbrook. I was so wrong. It's amazing how sometimes even I can get humbled in a sense that situation really does mean more than I think sometimes. And the Lakers, who are absolutely better off without him, and that is not a total shot at Russ. It's just a matter of the fit with that particular group of players. Nothing more than that. Russell Westbrook is also better off without the Lakers. It was a win-win situation. You know, I heard some things. I never really go out and say these kind of things. And I'm not gonna really get into it on this. But let's just say you can tell when an individual doesn't feel wanted, doesn't feel appreciated, acts a little bit out of character, and just is thinking too much on the basketball court. And Russell Westbrook was just thinking too much on the basketball court. And I think that, Vogel, LeBron, AD, you can say, and all the stuff with the cameras, I remember LeBron talking about, I told him to go watch a nice movie tonight or something. Look, the body language on the court, the body language when we played them, it doesn't feel and seem like a guy that was fully embraced. And maybe he was in the beginning. It felt like it was in the beginning, but when it started going a little bit shitty, it was clear that things were not great on the inside. And Russell Westbrook, that had us convinced that he was not really good at basketball at the NBA level anymore. And honestly, that had nothing to do with people not wanting him, because people not wanting him is based on his playoff history. And, you can say the same thing about Paul George too. You can. But Paul George did, get us to the conference finals in that second round against Utah. Russell Westbrook, one of the big flaws or cons that people say about him is that he's never led a team as the best player past the first round. And it's truth. It's absolute truth. It's a fact. You can debate it all why or whatnot on all these reasons all you want, but it's just, I don't blame Clipper fans for being skeptical, especially when he wasn't playing very good basketball across the hall. But I was wrong. I underestimated fit. I underestimated what Russell had in the tank. His jump shooting, just the way, I think his fingers don't have the tape anymore or whatever, and it seems like his shot doesn't have that hitch anymore. He's shooting without hesitation. He's making a higher percentage. He still has so much burst. I underestimated his passing. Russell Westbrook has been one of my favorite players of all time. I've rooted for him for my whole entire life, really. I know before he was really on the Lakers. And, I root for him when he's just playing against the Blazers in the series or against Utah. Like, I'm a Russ fan. For him to be on my team and, me not being super excited about it was tough. It really was. But I'm so happy to be wrong. And I said that even then. It's been such an absolute joy to have Russ on this team. Yeah, he has his flaws. He ain't perfect on the court. But it seems like just like everywhere else besides the Lakers, nobody can say anything bad about him. It seems like the morale within the locker room has not gone down at all since he's come. If anything, gone up. I think the way he seems to get the best out of the players around him on the court is super impressive. And, as much as I love John Wall, it felt like when John Wall came to the Clippers, he was trying to prove to everybody he was still John Wall. Russ is just trying to prove that he can help a team win basketball games now. And the way he has shown when to get off like he did, in these games without Paul George and Kawhi, and then take a step back and just let them do their thing. Also be okay with being on the bench and just cheering on his guys. I mean, you got to give credit to the Clipper fans, the media, the team, the coaching staff in that respect, the way they've taken Russ in and gotten the best out of him. I mean, even if he plays 3 bad games, the series goes to 7, which it won't unless Russ plays great. But let's say, we lose the next game and Russ plays like trash. It doesn't matter. He had 4 good games. He had a great series. I would love to bring him back next year. He's one of my favorite players of all time. And I'm having so much fun having him on the team. He's so fun to root for. And, the Clippers always have problems anyway. We always have a history of choking in the playoffs. If that's correlated with Russ, if we're going to get through it together, we're going to get through it together. And if we don't, hey, we're going to have some fun along the way. That's how I feel about it with Russ. But that's all I got to say about the Clippers, man. We'll wait till they're dead and gone. And look, man, you can say I'm ready to be put out of my misery, but I would love to go to another game. I definitely want to go to another game. I mean, and obviously if we come back from 3-1, it's so unlikely unless we get Paul George back. But I mean, I don't think Kawhi's coming back, man. Let's talk about the Lakers real quick. This game ended in the first quarter. I know the Teddy Bears made a push, but this game ended in the first quarter. This is an LA sports channel. I'm an LA sports diehard. A lot of Clipper fans don't like how they say I'm pro-Laker. I don't think I'm pro-Laker. I think I just came from a family of respectful Laker fans that didn't hate the Clippers. And they were like, dude, stop hating the Lakers because I don't hate the Clippers. And I grew up with Laker fans that didn't just hate the fucking Clippers. So I never really had ill will towards them, and they've never broken my heart. Does that mean I root for them? No. I'll root for them over like the Celtics in the championship, yes, for the city. But I never really consider them a real rival of the Clippers. And we've had our way with them in the regular season recently. And they had their way with us in the regular season for many, many years before that, for years and years, the whole history. But we haven't played in the playoffs. And who won the most important Laker-Clipper game ever? We did this season. So I don't really have anything against them like that. But my point I was trying to say with that was I'm really into this crowd shit, right? 11 years ago, I was very blessed with the opportunity to go to a Clipper and a Laker game on back-to-back nights. Playoffs. Clippers, Grizzlies, game 4. Lakers, Nuggets, game 5. And it was night and day difference. Like, the Clipper game was insanity. Sea of red booming from the first quarter. The Laker game, it was like a hyped regular season game that only got super lit in the fourth quarter when Kobe started leading the comeback charge. It felt like it just felt like it was the obvious, you know. And then I also went to games the next year without Kobe, and it was like just regular season shit. Just a good regular season atmosphere. And then if you watch, like I recently rewatched the 2008 first round against Denver with the Lakers. And then now watching 2009 against Utah. And I watched I grew up with the Kobe Lakers, with Gasol though. And then right before Gasol, no first round game was as loud as that. None to start a game. I mean, just none. There's any game 7, like you can't tell me nothing. Like, was there even a game 7 in the first round that the Lakers hosted? I don't think the Lakers hosted a game 7 besides the Denver one. And that was nowhere near as loud as this. This was insane. This was like that sounded louder than the 2008 Western Conference Finals, man. That's the sound of a franchise's fans that's used to winning and now tasted what losing really feels like. Got a taste of what we felt like for just a little bit. And obviously, you know, the fact that they won a championship and still LeBron and AD haven't played in front of a sold-out Laker playoff crowd. I mean, you know, one of the kids that I coached was at the game. I mean, happy for him that he got to experience that. I mean, it was just sounded booming. And, you know, it's just crazy. You know, it's kind of sad for me as a Clipper fan that the one thing I used to hang my hat on with the atmosphere was that the Clippers in the playoffs blew the Lakers out of the water. But it seems like the tables have kind of turned. Laker fans just kind of got to kick up the ass, and we're like, all right, we missed this. We're back. We're about to show you how much we care about our team. And I mean, Laker fans, LA loves basketball. And the Lakers are the prime attraction. I think the Lakers have, I wouldn't say the most fans in LA. I think the Dodgers have surpassed them in that respect. Lakers have a bigger worldwide fan base because I think basketball is a bigger sport globally. But I think that people care more about the Lakers because it's basketball. People love basketball. I think that the Dodgers have a lot of fans like me, where we love the Dodgers. We care a lot. We don't watch every game of baseball. The Lakers are the talk of the town. You know, basketball is the talk of the town. You know, growing up, obviously I'm in basketball circles, but when it came to sports talk, people were talking more about the Clippers than the Dodgers growing up. This is basketball. This is LA. LA breathes this shit. You know, we love this game. And you saw that with the Lakers fans tonight, man. Booing Dylan Brooks, getting in his head. And DB, I mean, this fucking idiot, for a basketball player, not as a man, is just one of the lowest IQ offensive players I've seen. Defense is giving him shots all day long, and he just kept chucking his team out of the game. The crowd had the Teddies rattled, man. They were flustered. I got to give credit to Ja Morant. Ja Morant to play through that pain and then still play that well in that fourth, from what I heard, got to give the man a credit. The series is not over. Game 4 is going to be huge. Lakers win that one, they got this. But the way they came out energy-wise on defense was just another level, 1 through 5. I mean, AD, Bron, you know, scoring, attacking loose balls. It was just they fed off the building's energy. It was, you know, that's what a playoff crowd can do. And Anthony Davis was a beast. LeBron was real good. It was just the electric factory, man. It was. And, it pains me to say as a Clipper fan. Although, you know, as far as the Clipper crowd today, it didn't sound very good in the first half. It sounded like it was an afternoon game. It's shame on the schedule makers, man. It just sucks to be third priority in this arena. Love Staples Center to death. I'm there right now, as you can see. But, man, it's going to be nice when we move to the Intuit Dome because we'll actually have prioritization with scheduling and obviously a building that breeds better atmosphere. The 3 levels of suites, it makes it a little bit, it hurts. I mean, the Lakers, the problem is, the difference mainly is the Clipper fans, the diehard Clipper fans that go to the playoff games, they're loud as fuck. The problem is there are too many that are just Laker fans that sympathize with the Clippers or neutrals or transplants that, like the Clippers, but they're not going to go defense on every possession. So the percentage of diehards is just larger at a Laker game. So that's what the Clippers got to do is keep building diehards. And I think they're going to obviously continue to do that in the Bomber era. But teams like this don't help, in my opinion. They really don't. But the Lakers got the job done, man. Let's go to the box score. Rui Hachimura, by the way, has just been absolutely insane in this series. He has come in and given them a spark in every single one of the games. Sorry to keep complaining, Laker fans, but it's so annoying that we played Game 4 before y'all played Game 3, and you're the healthy team, and we're the one with the injuries. Like, not to say that Kawhi and Paul would have played, but it's just very unfair. It also sucks for the fans. The morning game, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. We weren't probably going to win. Probably weren't going to win anyway. But let's look at the game cast. See the quarter score: 35-9 after 1. 9. That just goes to show you how locked in the Lakers were defensively. And Anthony Davis, he has just been a man amongst boys in this series defensively. He's been the best player on the Lakers through 3 games. Been the best player on the Lakers this season. That's no disrespect to LeBron James. The only reason why I have to even preface that with no disrespect is because motherfuckers are sensitive. But here's the thing. I'm not confirming that he's better than me yet because I need to see in the higher levels who's going to be the man. LeBron still has that confidence of, I'm arguably the greatest player to ever play the game. AD, he still has those moments where he can be a little timid. But defensively, he has been a monster. And I remember he threw it down a dunk off an offensive rebound in that first quarter, and he just let out a roar. And I was like, man, he's fired up. The place is fired up. I mean, I just haven't seen a Laker. You could not find a Laker first-round game that sounded like that since Shaq was here. I promise you. And my good friend Ocean's Wave that we had on the Why Kobe Lost the 2 finals, the only 2 finals he's lost episode. If you haven't checked that out, why don't you check it out? It's early Dime Dropper. We put some footage in there también, so you can go check it out. But Ocean said he agrees. He watches a lot of old Laker footage. When I say old, I mean recent history. I'm not talking Forum, because I heard the Forum used to be bouncing. I'm talking Staples Center, because the noise level at Staples Center, it's a hockey stadium. It's 3 levels of suites. The sound just goes. It's so big. It's so tall. So it's not the best for noise. But let's read so 35-9 after 1. The Grizzlies outscored the Lakers 28-18 in the second. So one thing about the Lakers offense, they went very cold. And I got to give the Grizzlies credit. The only way you can stay in a game when your shot's not falling is defense, and you got to rebound. And their defense is still shown in this series why they are so solid. Third quarter, this one I didn't watch at all. 31-35, Lakers won that one, and then the Grizzlies outscored them 33-23 in the fourth. Lakers win it 111-101. Take a 2-1 series lead and are now 1 game away from taking a 3-1 lead. Let's read the stat lines for the Teddy Bears. They played a 10-man rotation. John Conchar, who I really gave a lot of credit to in Game 2, only played 9 minutes, had a donut, 4 boards, 0 for 1. Santi Aldama played 11 minutes. He had 6 points, 2 boards, and 2 for 7 from the field in 11 minutes. Roddy, who it's funny because there were moments where some of the fans were booing Roddy, thinking it was Brooks, which I thought was hilarious. 2 points on 1 for 4 shooting and 0 for 3 from deep in 13 minutes. So not really a great game from Roddy. The guy that's really been disappointing in this series for the Memphis Teddy Bears is Tyus Jones. 2 straight really, really poor shooting nights. A donut for him. 0 for 7 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3 in 17 minutes. Are you kidding me? Tyus Jones, you got to step it up, brother. I think you're one of the best, if not the best, backup point guard in the game. Actually, no, Malcolm Brogdon, in my opinion. But Tyus is really good. He's an argument. Nuketown, 25 minutes, 4 points for him, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 for 4 from the field, and only 0 for 1 from deep. So the Lakers clearly making it a point of emphasis to not let him come off for open threes, run him off the line. Did a good job of that. And then the starters, Dillon Brooks, 19 minutes played, 7 points, 3 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from deep, and was booed loudly and cheered heavily on every miss. The Laker fans did a good job of helping to get in his head and, kind of make him just keep chucking. Just keep chucking. Just keep chucking. Xavier Tillman, 39 minutes played, 6 points, 12 boards on 3 for 5 shooting. Desmond Bane, 18 points, 5 rebounds, had a good shooting night finally. 7 for 14 from the field and 3 for 7 from deep. Yeah, he was 33% in both of the first 2 games, 6 for 18 in both. So exact same, hilarious. Finally had a good shooting game. And then 40, holy fuck. 45 points, 9 rebounds, 13 dimes. How many turnovers did he have? How many turnovers did the Grizzlies have? Let's see. 18. Yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to be tough. 6 for Jaren Jackson, 4 for Bane, 3 for Ja. Wow, 13 assists, only 3 turnovers. I'll take that out of your Ja. 13 for 26 from the field, 50%. 6 for 10 from 3. Holy shit. 60%. And then 9 boards, 13 for 14 from the line. Wow. The Grizzlies shot 18 for 20 from the foul line. Got to give them credit for that. Wow. Then for the Lakers, the winners in this one, played a 10-man, well, Wendy and Gabriel got 1 minute. So a 9-man rotation. Malik Beasley only got 13 minutes. Doesn't offer much. Just a shooter. Very one-dimensional. A donut. 0 for 2. 0 for 1 from deep. Troy Brown, 17 minutes. Got some cardio in. Had a nice block, though. 2 points, 3 boards, 1 for 3 from the field in 17 minutes. Jared Vanderbilt, 21 minutes, a donut, only shot once. Played some good D, though. Was part of that good start and really good activity defensively. Rui Hachimura, 22 minutes, 16 points, 5 boards on 6 for 10 shooting and 2 for 2 from deep. He has just been awesome. Just been awesome. Dennis Schroeder, 24 minutes, 7 points, 3 assists on 3 for 6 shooting and 1 for 3 from deep. Those are the bench guys. And then the other 4, D'Angelo Russell, 31 minutes played, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. The Lakers turning the ball over 13 times in this one. D'Lo with only 2 turnovers. And he shot 5 for 14 from the field and 2 for 7 from deep. So D'Lo not shooting very well in this series. Again, he has not had one playoff series in his career yet where he has shot the ball well. So just keep an eye on that. It's not a big deal yet because it's 2-1 Lakers, but we'll see going forward. Austin Reeves, he was really good in the first half. Thought he was electric. Scored early, was defending well. 13 points, 6 boards, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from deep. Lakers only 7 for 28 from 3 in this game, so just 25%. That definitely hurt them. Grizzlies 13 for 39 from deep, so 33%. The Teds only shot 37.6% from the field. The Lakers, 45.6%. Then the 2 guys, the big boys. LeBron, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 dimes on 10 for 20 shooting, but he was 0 for 4 from deep, 5 for 7 from the line, 3 turnovers. And then AD, 31 points, 17 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 11 for 24 from the field, 1 for 4 from deep. I like it when he shoots less threes. And 8 for 10 from the line. The Lakers win it 111-101 to take a 2-1 lead. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll be live again on Sunday for a bunch of different games. Now to the live subscribers waiting patiently in the chat. Super chats are turned on. You're going to jump $1 a dime. Fuck. Whew. I'd be holding that in so hard. Talking for 48 minutes when you don't drink enough water is tough. 79 people on a Saturday night at 1 a.m. You guys are the best. You are the best. I apologize for not having watched more games. I apologize for not being able to, for having to put out a live tomorrow. That's going to be so many different games, probably so long that people aren't even going to click on it. I apologize for not saying what maybe you wanted me to say on this episode. Not till the end. We're gonna have to try to get a banger on that one. And I'm not gonna just say shit for a banger though. I'm gonna actually be real with it. It's gonna come from the heart. It's gonna be very similar to that first one that got me a lot of you. Very similar to the second one. It's gonna be like kind of a in between. By the way, if you hadn't seen the sequel to my original rant, the positive one, you should go check it out. You like, when we do well or just care at all. It's like Killer Fan reacts to breaking the curse or something like that, or getting eliminated, something along those lines. It's on the channel. But yeah, it'll be in between because everybody knows how I feel about this season. Let's see what we got. Tavencio about an hour ago said Clippers should rebuild from here. June 28, July says keep PG, dump Kawhi Leonard. G says, how do you all feel about paying Russ? I'm down. Not trying to give him no max or anything like that. Let's hear what we're talking. I mean, I'm down for like $20 million a year for like 2 years. Thank you. Let's see. Splash and Skill says Crypt hosting Clipper and Laker playoff game the same day is one hell of an accomplishment. Absolutely. Kings, by the way, up 2-1. I forgot to talk about them. I'll talk about them tomorrow, though. Hopefully we go up 3-1. That would be really big. 2 overtime wins. Gotta love it. Clips Go says Clipper Nation needs you right now, Dime. Thankfully, I did end up being able to come on. Splash and Skills says won't watch because I got to sleep now. Sorry. Hepatitis See You Later says, sweet, you're able to fix it. Let's go. Gee, thank you, man. Saying the intro is really fire, by the way. Phoenix Plays Z, man. It's 3:30 Eastern time. Now 4:19 Eastern time. I wonder if he's still in here. Hepatitis See You Later says, Russ surprised me. I thought he would get exposed like how he was in the Lakers, but he's been putting in work for you guys. Yeah, thanks, man. June 28th, July says, be sure to blow dust out of computer. Okay, I like that. Go Clips Go said, should we blow it up this summer? No comment. Phoenix Plays Z says, watch the 10-minute highlights on the NBA channel. It gives you a good enough idea. No, it doesn't, bro. I'm very adamant about that. It does not. It gives you no idea. I absolutely love watching misses, defensive possessions. That I love the beauty of that, in a game. Hepatitis See You Later says, especially in the playoffs, I thought Russ's play style would be exploited, but he's been playing well. Dude, he's been shooting the ball so well. Unreal. And his defense. When you guard, a lot of things change. He also rebounds so well. Right? Chowdhury says, sucks that we might only get one playoff vlog from you this year. Doesn't that? But you're not gonna, because I'm going to go to a Kings game, and that's going to be even louder. I'm so excited for that. And who knows? If it's in the right price, I'll go to a Laker game for you guys. Because I still love good basketball. I'm not going to go there with cheering for the Lakers, screaming my lungs out. But actually, it'll be a better vlog because I won't be yelling in the fucking camera. But why not? I love basketball. We'll see how much. I'm not trying to drop too much in a Laker game. I'm trying to save money. But Kings, yeah, I'm in. Phoenix Plays Z says, I don't have the time to watch games anymore unless it's a weekend. I feel you, man. Go Clips Go says, I don't think we can risk another year with Paul and Kawhi. Their values are still high, and they're going on 33 and 34 years old, dude. Hey, I feel you. Brian Chowdhury says, unless you decide to go to Laker playoff games. There you go. Phoenix Plays, he says, Goatbrook is crazy. He's very good at basketball, though. Dude, he's goated. Come on. He averages triple-double. Joshua Grenier says, Suns don't impress me. I agree. Riot says, I'm happy for Russ. That trade was a win-win for both teams. Prophetic People says, trade Paul George. No comment. Yeti Mingo says, are you zooted? Not really. I came back from my mom's parents' anniversary dinner, drank a little bit. Been up since like 9 in the morning. But yeah, a little. Markel Scott says, poor Russ. Kawhi can't handle the grind. What the fuck do you do from here, Bomber? Doesn't want to say the trade failed to win now expectations. Dude, commas and periods, my friend. Hepatitis See You Later says, Clippers can't even trade Kawhi and PG-13. If they do, they'll have to settle for less than what they gave up to essentially acquire them. Either sell them for less or just deal with what you signed up for. My friend, stealing them for less, like, it's not about, we have to stop thinking about, the past at this point. We got to try to get, if they are going to trade them, you got to just get what you can. Try to get the best deal out there. Ronnie Navia says, what's your take on Kawhi and PG playing? What you talking about? They're not playing. M2 whatever says, trade Leonard and George for good packages if they arise. Phoenix Plays Z says, he's not top 10. Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, Steph, KD, Luka, Kawhi, LeBron, Tatum, AD. The teams that are 100% better than him. Last year, LeBron was not better than Devin Booker. I don't care what anybody says. He was not better than Devin Booker. Was he better than him this season? Was LeBron better than Devin Booker this season in the regular season? What, besides that, Kawhi, don't give me Kawhi. He doesn't play. So let's take Kawhi out of there. AD when he plays like this is probably better than Booker. I'll still give LeBron the edge because my rule is 2 seasons in a row. LeBron in 2021. I mean, Booker still outplayed him in the playoffs, but LeBron was hurt. You can say, so I don't know. I still think LeBron's a little bit better, but Booker's playing better than him, bro. I mean, it's not crazy to say that 100% better than him. I don't know about all that. We're gonna have some different conversations after the playoffs too. AD and Kawhi. I mean, AD. I can accept AD. Oh my God! Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Want to get in the live, fool?
Are you about to do it?
I'm live right now. There's 78 people watching. You talk to me right now.
No, I don't want to get caught on camera because I was going to tell you something.
All right, well, you're not on camera. All right, see ya. Let's see. Top 15, yes, he says. Get Kawhi out of there. I don't know. I don't care about you can't be in the top 10 when you don't play like that. Hepatitis C later says nobody wants PG-13 and Kawhi. At least not for what Clipper fans want in an ideal package. If you trade them, you have to settle for less given their injury tendencies. Phoenix Plays Z says he's in the Butler tier of superstars. I agree with that. But I think I'd put LeBron and AD in those tiers right now, man. For real. And Luka, quite frankly, after this season's fiascos. But there's a top 7. I'd still put Luka in the top 7. What am I saying? I'd still put Luka in the top 7. But I'm taking Tatum over him now. Kev M says, you look high as hell. Well, it's a mixture of things, my friend. A mixture of different substances. June 28th, July says, you got to get high to put up with PG and Kawhi Leonard. Man. Phoenix Plays, he says, yeah, those eye bags and the red eyes blood is fried. Dude, I've been up since like 9 in the morning. Kev M says, and I drank too. Kev M says, I'm frustrated with PG and Kawhi. Oh, well, I mean, I feel you. Sometimes it's bad. What's Paul George supposed to do, though, really? It was a freak accident. I mean, Kawhi's unfortunate too, man. Like, he wants to get injured. Go Clips Go says, how many more fucking times are the Buns going to have injury luck towards them? It's fucking ridiculous. Healthy Clips would brutalize them. Yeah, I agree. Markel Scott says that CP3 Chuck was wild. Yeah, it was. Kev M says, man, this series would be different if healthy. Yeah, of course. LT_TV says, I can't stand the Suns. Losing against them again feels so shit. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. By the way, 82 in yours. Super chats are turned on of $1 a dime, man. Any donation helps. Like, it really helps. I mean, do this on my own. Helps my equipment. Helps me just get better. Anything helps. Kev M says also, why didn't they trade Mook at the deadline? I'm surprised they didn't see that move. Because fucking Ty Lue loves him. What do you mean I'm surprised they didn't see that move? Amir Ahmad says, hepatitis, give us Austin Reeves in a first rounder. Take whoever you want on the Clippers. Oh, my God. Kev M says, Busy Bones should start next season. We got something there. I agree with that. Stack That Cheese says, so disappointing and depressing. Kawhi Leonard really let Clipper Nation down. In what way did Kawhi let Clipper Nation down? By not failing to stay healthy? Is that what you're saying? Some of that shit's out of your control. His body is just his body, man. Phoenix Plays Z says, today I found out Steve Ballmer is top 10 on Forbes Rich's list. That was news to me. I knew he was rich, but he's filthy rich. Yeah, you didn't know that? I mean, you do live in Canada. You're not from LA, so I feel you. Amir Ahmed says, Kawhi knees been given out since the bubble, dude. You just ain't holding up. Maybe. I don't know about all that. Kev M says, are we done? Can we come back? You think we can come back from 3-1 without both these two? I'll let you believe what you want to believe. Vincent Pelaez says, always injuries ruins games. Hepatitis C later says, I want the Lakers to keep the team together. It would take anyone from the Clippers roster. It's time for Lakers to build continuity and just stop with roster turnover. Markel Scott says, Russ playing this good and Kawhi body breaking down is rough. Yeah, it is. Kev M said, with all due respect, Morris is a cone. Oh, Hepatitis C later said, I wouldn't take anyone from the Clippers roster. Amir Ahmed says, I want the most underrated youngsters on the Clippers. Austin Reeves and Terrence Mann. I'm looking forward to the rebuild. Markel Scott says, I think Morris fools people with those Laker games at times. June 20th, July 8th. Thank you, man. So consistent, which I really appreciate you, dude. Really, for real. Says all that rest to only need more rest in the playoffs. No, I think it's all that rest to only still get injured. in the playoffs, not more rest, because you're acting like you're just resting and not playing because they want to. Hepatitis See You Later says, just tell Morris that he's playing the Lakers every game. He'll drop 28 points. Markel Scott says, yeah, seeing Zoo go under every time. No, Zoo's not going under screens. Zoo is not guarding the point of attack. He is he's the big in the point of, he's the big in the pick and roll. He's getting put in the pick and roll. Ronnie Navia says, re-sign Russ or go after Kyrie. Are you crazy? I'd much rather have Russ. Hepatitis See You Later says, Clippers don't have the cap space to go make an offer for Reeves. Okay, let's not read these comments. Amir Ahmed says, our window is finished. Devastating year and tenure. LT_TV says, dude, don't be so mad at Morris. There's still a lot of time to tinker around. Next game, we'll start playing series with good lineups, clown. Wow, love the Biggie album. Amir Ahmed says, Westbrook, the only hope, dude, is phenomenal. Yeah. Kev M says, Russ will take a small contract, I think. He made his money, and I think he's thankful for the Clippers. You're probably right. I would love that. Tyler Lamb says, fresh cut dime. Appreciate you. Amir Ahmed says, Clippers got to respect Westbrook. Give him whatever he wants. All right, settle down, Mike Smith. Blugo, is that Wago? Says, yo. What's up, man? Hepatitis See You Later says, Ballmer isn't going to trade Kawhi. Maybe PG-13, but he won't start a full rebuild. He's going to want at least one big name to headline and hang promos of in their new stadium they're building. Why not one of LA's own? From actual LA County. Russ. Tyler Lamb says, hopefully Russ takes a small contract. Yeah, I agree. Trade Mook. Trade Kawhi, keep PG, says Kev M. Amir says, hepatitis. If we run it back, we need a solid power forward, and a trade Paul George is the move. Interesting. Blugo says, 65 viewers late night is crazy. I know, right? More now, 79. We're an hour in. Amir says, we got a good squad, man, if Kawhi can have one miracle year. Kev M says, Kawhi is miles better than PG, but Claw hasn't been available. Now, has PG really been available, though? Michael George, oh, God. Says, too big of an if, Amir. Yeah, you're right about that. Rarely right. I'll give you 1 point. Kev M says, Busy Bones and T-Man, the future. I love it. Don't sleep on Brandon Boston. I like that. There's a player in there, man. Edward says, we're going to have to go another season watching the Clippers get little brothered in the playoffs by the Lakers. Edward, man, we can't worry so much about what the Lakers are doing. Doesn't matter what they're doing. It's annoying. It is a little annoying. Are there Laker fans in your circle just talking shit to you? Because they're not in mine. The Laker fans that I know, like my friends, like, they're excited about the team, but, like, they're not annoying to me. Like, it's really the LeBron stands that really piss me the fuck off. And there's Laker fans on Twitter that grill the Clippers and get annoying, but, like, those aren't people that I know in real life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. I get it, the frustration, but I don't. If the Lakers win the championship, I really get your frustration. But if they just lose in the second round or the conference finals, like, okay, they lost. Who cares? Amir says, Kawhi Leonard available 1 year. Remember, his injury is a 2-year full recovery. Oh, man, that's what they're going to say. It's going to say it's a 2-year process. This was just year 1. No, that's going to be the excuse. I can't do it, bro. I can't. Markel Scott says, KD has the lack of burst just like AD does on offense. Yeah, we can say that. But obviously, I think of AD as more of a big, KD as a wing. So when KD doesn't have it, it sticks out a little more. Hepatitis See You Later says, Amir, maybe y'all can try and ask the Knicks for Julius Randle. Okay, stop. Buego says, face green smiling. Amir says, George, our owner has money, my guy. He can afford gambles. Theo Sakalam says, I always read that as Siakam. The first step this offseason, get rid of Kawhi. Clippers let Kawhi load manage, and Kawhi gives the fans a game 3 and 4 of not playing. Vincent Pelaya says, Suns not very impressive against an injured Clips. That's true. Michael George said he's gambled and it's failing as we speak. Oh, way to just keep banging it in there, brother. Amir says, George, let's keep trying till there's nothing left. Michael says, Clippers having a reset isn't necessarily a bad thing. Oh, okay. Like where you're going there. Markel Scott says, I'm just glad Russ has shown he can be a starter in this league. Absolutely. Edward says, if we could at least get a game 6 end of the season in LA, it would be best we can ask for. Yeah, you're probably right. One more win. The Inkman 2 says, Lakers win it all. Okay. I don't know about that. Amir says, if Kawhi don't want to play anymore, just retire. If not, push through adversity and give the Clippers a full season, my guy. Oof. Tyler Lamb says Lawai was stated he wanted to play, but medical staff said not. Okay, that's not true. Let's stop that. He's not wanted to play. Is he capable of playing? Amir says, George, there's no reason for Kawhi not to stay unless bitter for him getting hurt. Excuse me? Jesus, Miss Ralph. Oh, man. Hepatitis says Kawhi's knees is cooked. Sad but true. Amir says, George, after Kawhi. Oh, yeah. I don't even know. You need punctuation, guys. Max Anderson says, Lakers about to make it to the second round, while Yale Clippers about to be a first-round exit. Rent fucking free, brother. Rent. Is that what we're coming to? Your accomplishment is being better than the Clippers? I get it, though, relative to expectations. It is pretty funny. And you know, it's kind of the karma of last season. We were better than the Lakers, and they had the expectations. So, you know, what goes around comes around. It is what it is. Joke of a franchise. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to respond to that. Theo Sakalum says we shouldn't have traded SGA. Easy to say in hindsight. I would make the move every time. Hepatitis C later says, I can see Nick Nurse going to the Clippers as a last resort for trying to save this Clippers era. Because Kawhi and Nurse won that chip. That's the type of panic move Clips would do. I feel you on that. But at least you get our defense right. That could be hilarious. I mean, I think there's a really good chance Ty Lue resigns. I think he's over this shit. Especially with what he said after the game tonight. He was like, what did he say? He said some shit like, I'm more angry for other reasons that I won't say. It's like, dude, there's still clearly some shit going on behind the scenes. Darth J says, Darian, do you think Kawhi and PG will return to Game 5? No. Amir says, hepatitis, Ty Lue leaving anyways. He said that who a better candidate? Scam likely. What's going on, Scam? Says put the computer in rice. Isn't that for when your phone gets wet? Rice. Phoenix plays. He says closed application. Fuck out of here, man. Amir says it's not panic. There's nothing left, my guy. We got nothing. Tyler Lamb, this is a laptop. He says get a water cooler and a better case for airflow. I don't have it in a case right now. June 20th, July says see if computer has dust built up. Phoenix says you know what your specs are on your laptop? No, I don't. June 28th, July says, got air in a can. Does that even exist? Max Anderson says, your companion has sprained CPU and is out for the rest of the playoffs. That was actually kind of funny. Amir says, hepatitis. How can you panic when the Clippers haven't even established a full season of play? Edward said, Nico's hourglass is running out of sand. You always come up with these ridiculous one-liners. Markel Scott says, did Covington mess with Ty Lue's wife? He's been getting did dirty all season. M says, some small market team will be desperate enough to trade for George or Leonard. Man, maybe. Hepatitis C later says, I'm just saying I can see Bomber making a last-ditch effort in response to your guys' playoff exit by hiring a big-name move with Kawhi. Amir Ahmad says, Kawhi 31 with whack knees. If dude can somehow be fortunate and get through a playoffs, anything can happen. Hepatitis, no problem. That's what we're supposed to keep making improvements, hiring the best guy that works with Kawhi. You guys are just having a back and forth. Hepatitis says, no draft pick, so can't even blow it up and start over. He would just be giving OKC a top pick. That's why the Clips will just hold on to everyone and deal with what they signed up with that duo. Interesting. By the way, Hepatitis, says Amir, your Lakers is a dark horse to win the chip. Hopefully y'all make it to the finals. Hopefully that lights a fire under my Clippers. I don't think they give a shit. LT_TV says, I see us signing Nick Nurse and running it back next year. The last 2-on-3 year. For that, I want both of them gone. Yawn. Amir says, with the experience Lakers have, I'd pick the Lakers over any team right now. Soul Session says 10 free throws. Just wow. I don't know, man. Do we deserve that much more? Max Anderson says, at least Clipper fans can root for us now. Yeah, it is fun rooting for us. Hepatitis C later says possibly, but no 7 seed has ever won a chip. I'm still not convinced given the history. My expectations are realistic for my Lakers. I feel you on that. It says, from game to game, bro, LeBron James in the roster is fantastic for closing out games in this playoff setting, Amir says. Vincent Pelaez says, Russ playing great because no PG and Kawhi. Just couldn't be further from the truth. He was playing great in the first 2 games with Kawhi. So it's just false. Zangerstein says Westbrook has been really good. That name makes me laugh. I don't know why. Westbrook has been really good in the Clippers and has been trying to will them to win. If only Kawhi did not get hurt. Brutal. Hepatitis, see you later. I agree with this take. Says, I feel like the Nuggets have a great shot because they built continuity in the regular season. Number 23, Goat James says, Westbrook only plays like this without superstars around him. That's facts. That's why he made it. That's why, when he went to the finals with OKC, there was no superstar with him. It was just by himself. Amir says, hepatitis, this ain't no regular year. Y'all got the team late and the pieces starting to mesh now. G says, I don't know what it is with KD. He looked like a demigod against the Bucks. Now it looks like he has limits. I feel you on that. Amir says, hepatitis, the matchup Lakers style of play can give Nuggets trouble. That's true about that, but they got to get there, guys. Anakin Mohan, what's up, Anakin, says, do you think it's time for a Clipper rebuild? No comment. I think you can kind of get the drift, though, by the way I'm talking. Hepatitis, see you later, says, I just hope LeBron and AD hold up physically. I'm scared because last time we were up 2-1 in the playoffs versus the Suns, AD got hurt. Hope history doesn't repeat itself in this game 4. Anakin Mohan says, what kind of a contract can the Clippers give Russ in the offseason? I don't know. I'm not really that good with the financials. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. Phoenix Plays, he says it's all roster construction. Mark Hill Scott says, so do y'all think Russ can be an all-star again? I don't think so. Phoenix Plays, he says no. Hepatitis, see you later, says, health is the reason why I'm holding my breath and expectations for my Lakers. Don't want to get my hopes up because one injury and it's all over down the drain. June 28th, July says, can't just put great players together and expect results. Phoenix Plays, he says, Memphis is going to take it in 7. G says, to be fair, it must be rough to watch a guy smoke tons of layups when he's the most paid. Yeah. Number 23, Goat James, does not know what he's talking about. Typical. Phoenix Plays, this is how you were skeptical. Of course I was. Amir says, hepatitis, we can't just act blind. The Lakers casually busted Memphis' ass with LeBron and as being average input. Phoenix Plays, he says, you were praying for the best, though. Kobe Fan 124 says, you look zooted. Well, Abdul Karim Musanur says, good to see Russ hoop, but if you're a Clippers fan, it's disappointing not to see your best players play due to injuries every single year. What else is new? Number 23, Goat James says, when you think Westbrook is actually going to be good, you're such a clown, dude. You're literally, I can see the red nose from here. Hepatitis, see you later, says, LeBron had to go to Germany to rush his healing process on his foot. He had the stress fracture thing that he's fighting right now. Praying they keep getting back up. Every time they fall, I get worried. Markel Scott says, problem, Russ had terrible spacing with the Lakers. It's not even the fit with LeBron. He was struggling with LeBron less minutes. If Russ was on the court, current Lakers, he'd be fine. I still don't think it'd be the ideal fit. G says, Braun's foot is so cooked, man. He has no lift in the 4th. Yeah, I know. Thanks for seeing the obvious. People don't want to say that because they're scared. Queen Strawberry says, let's be real. He doesn't have those type of games if George and Kawhi play. Why are you guys saying this? Okay, he doesn't have those kind of games. Doesn't mean he couldn't have played well. He can fucking win the game probably. So let's stop with this Russ skepticism after what he's doing. When he's playing this well, just give him you got to just give him his credit. As Phil Jackson once said, give him some fucking credit. Amir Ahmad says, hepatitis, I love the NBA when things get interesting with the Clippers out. I want y'all to make it. No, see, there's no punctuation there. Should probably stop reading those sentences like that. He says, hepatitis, Suns is you love hepatitis, Amir. He says, Suns is finished. They get destroyed by Denver. Vincent Pelaez says, Russ has more pressure playing with Lakers because of the contract. Max Anderson says, Kawhi is done. Y'all need to trade him ASAP. Amir says, Suns don't have the chemistry of team yet. They're just playing to build chemistry for next year. Edward says, Dime, I'm watching this great basketball movie called Champion starring Woody Harrelson. I recommend you watch it. Okay, I'll give it a look. Hepatitis See You Later says, yeah, Phoenix isn't going far. Can't win multiple series in the playoffs with Jock Landale and Ish Wainwright getting key bench minutes. Amir says, Hepatitis, the getting lucky production from Torrey Craig. He's not as lethal shooter. Yeah, that's not going to last. Scam Likely says, I miss the red. Yeah, I do too. Amir says, Torrey Craig giving the miracles right now. Torrey Craig in Denver is going to get destroyed. Hepatitis See You Later says, yes, Torrey Craig has been a pleasant surprise. But if the Suns are counting on him, keep up that level of production, it's just asking for problems. Hepatitis See You Later says, Torrey Craig was looking like Chris Middleton for some stretches. Markel Scott says, it's because the Lakers are used to success. Clips fans and Kings fans aren't, so they cherish it, making the crowd go crazy. Okay, this is a ridiculous. What is it? What kind of comment is this? So blatantly false. Lakers have the best home crowd advantage in the NBA. The energy is electric. Relax, bro. What? You're nuts. Let's stop. Hepatitis See You Later says the crowd was in Dylan Brooks' head. That dude was building apartments. Bro, I've been to Boston and New York. Lakers are not on that level. Gizus Days says the crowd affected the whole Memphis head. Yeah. Hepatitis See You Later says Dodgers sort of remind me of the Clippers. Not in the aspect of them being the number 2 in LA, because the Dodgers are the number 1 team in LA, but how they lack playoff success despite payroll. The difference is we have 6 chips, brother. There's a huge difference. What the fuck are we talking about? Maybe recent history. We got 6 chips, dude. Anyway. We have 6 chips, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have 7 chips now. I'm still getting used to counting that last one. 7 chips. But, yeah. Winners. Bang Bros Enterprises says, would you want Westbrook back? Yes. Jesus Day says the Suns aren't that good. Clippers should have beat the Suns without PG-13. Jesus Day says, did you hear about Kawhi's sister? Yeah, no comment. Markel Scott says, getting Rui for Kendrick Nunn and picks is nuts to me. Absolutely. Hepatitis See You Later says, Genie better pay everyone. Amir says, Denver concerned me. Warriors, Lakers too. Hepatitis See You Later says, Rob Pelinka and Led GM redeemed themselves. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up, Daniel Berry? Markel Scott says, LeBron wants this to happen. AD needs to be the best. Says, go Lakers. 35 minutes ago, Edward says, Clippers are getting a huge wedgie. I don't even think that's how you spell it. It's spelled weggy by the Lakers. We are little brothers for sure. Well, that doesn't, I don't think that the series has any effect on that. Jesus Day says the Clippers getting Powell was also nuts. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says Westbrook MVP Russ is back, though. Kawhi's sister, life in prison. Hepatitis See You Later says Genie can legally pay everyone except for Schroeder and Troy Brown Jr. if they get offers bigger than the mid-level. The rest of the free agents, they have their rights. She better not get cheap. Gotta bring back Reeves. Gotta bring back Reeves. And D'Lo, in my opinion. I think so, but let's see how this playoffs ends. Amir says Westbrook is a beast, dude. Is amazing. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, they should have played like that for the Lakers. That's not how that works, my friend. It's not how that works. That's, looking at your organization. But it doesn't really matter because you guys are doing better off now. So, Jesus, that también. LMAO, salud. Thank you, my brother. Amir says hepatitis, absolutely no cheapness whatsoever. Jesus Day says, well, the Clippers keep Russ. I think they're going to try. But it depends on the direction the Clippers go. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says CP3 owned the Clippers. CP3, he played decent, dude. Let's relax. If anyone's owning the Clippers, it might be Devin Booker, but not Chris Paul. Jesus Day says Bombers should trade Kawhi and PG, keep Russ as a leader and vet. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Morant, 45 points, beast, LOL. Hepatitis See You Later says they keep in Reeves for sure. After Caruso, even in the backlash for cheaping out, Genie won't take that heat. You could probably write about that. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Reeves, Max, and Kyrie in off. I don't know. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Day says try to get Jalen for Kawhi. You think the Celtics would do that? Although Jalen Brown, if he really does want to leave Boston, I would give him the keys to this franchise. Fuck that. I would so do that. But, Unlikely. If you're the Celtics, that's actually a good question. If you're the Celtics, would you do that? Because we have Tatum. I mean, Edward says, let's just pray Lakers don't win a title. That would be an absolute nightmare. Yeah, it would be a nightmare. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, or D'Lo and Schroeder, Lakers 18 title on the way. Clippers first round exits. They might have to win in Phoenix. Okay, man. Can we relax? You guys are so excited about players getting hurt. Like, congrats. Wasted Powell and Westbrook performances. Native 2458 says Clippers are done. Hepatitis C later says Celtics aren't trading one of their second best player, arguably best player on some nights for a player with a scary injury history. Yeah, they're not that stupid. Jesus Day says Clippers had the roster to eliminate the Suns. We did. Markel Scott says apparently Tyus Jones is a better starter on the bench. He shoots worse. Interesting. Jesus Day says Brown wants a trade. You know that for a fact? Native 2458 says trade Kawhi. Hepatitis C later says nah, F Kyrie. We don't want him. If the Lakers sign and trade for him, they'll be hard capped and won't be able to re-sign all the role players that are stepping up right now. Hepatitis C later says Brown had comments that sounded like he was unhappy with Boston, but still, even if he wants a trade, Boston will find better offers for him. Feel you. Jesus Day says D'Lo has been disappointing me. D'Lo is scared out there. Hepatitis C later says 2 superstars and depth is the blueprint. 3-star combo will not work. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says D'Lo and Schroeder are scared. Jesus Day says people forget KD took a huge pay cut when he joined the Warriors. I think they all did. Didn't Steph Curry was not getting paid that much yet? Which is why the Warriors worked. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says LeBron MVP. What? Lakers versus Suns would be fire. Fuck that. Jesus Day says people forget KD took a huge. Yeah, you already said that. Hepatitis C later says as long as D'Lo controls the tempo and knocks down occasional shots, it's cool. He shot sort of meh from the field, but his vision was key today in setting up AD and others. Jesus Day says the Warriors in Sacramento look better than the Suns. I'd agree with that, especially with Sacramento. I haven't seen the Warriors win yet. I have to watch Game 3. So Sacramento does. Warriors, I don't know about. I don't think so. Jordan Smith, what's up, man? Says my guy Dime. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Miami Heat. Jimmy Buckets was good versus Milwaukee. I gotta watch. Jesus Day says if I'm the Lakers, I forget about D'Lo. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Lakers probably get Kyrie. I don't know if I'd want Kyrie if I were you, man. Jesus Day says I'm not signing D'Lo for $100 million. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, "Oh, Lakers probably get Kyrie if they don't win the chip." Which, yeah, dude, I don't think you're gonna win the chip. Jesus Day says if Lakers can keep Reeves and Rui and get Kyrie. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Kawhi PG-13, but always hurt, which is sad. Kyrie better than D'Lo. Yeah, he is. But does he know his role the same way? I think D'Lo accepts his role more often than not. Hepatitis C later says even if the Lakers just let D'Lo go, they don't have the cap space to sign a replacement. Lakers better off just re-signing him since they have his rights. They want to upgrade you at the deadline. 31 minutes ago, Yeti Mingo said Clips in 7. Jesus Day says, would you do trade Kawhi for Cat? Nah. No, I'm adamant on that one. Hell no. You think Cat's the epitome of staying healthy? Get the fuck out of here. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Clips in 7 for hopes. LOL. Powell needs to hoop off. LOL more. Jesus Day says Cat might be traded after another failed series. Tyler Lamb also agrees. Says, hell no. I'd rather have Kawhi recover from injury than watch Cat play soft. Exaggerating. Just don't want to trade Kawhi for Cat. I agree. Not even exaggeration. It's true. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Kawhi best player besides Russ. Jesus Day says, yeah, Cat has been a failure every time he goes to the playoffs. Damn, was he that bad in Game 3? Gotta watch. It's been pretty shitty in the first 2 games, though, that's for sure. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says Edwards beast. Yeah, facts. Leo says Clippers need to get rid of Kawhi. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says hopefully Wolves win one today. Jesus Day says Kawhi was acquired for free, so trading with Kawhi and PG will bring back equal or more value. Tyler Lamb says, Edwards is great, but when his shot's not falling, he at least tries on defense. He still takes very unadvised shots, too, when he's flustered. I agree with that. The high side says, who do you have coming out of the West and East and who wins it all? But Celtics Nuggets in the finals, and I think the Celtics are going to win this whole thing. Jesus Days says, plus keeping a vet like Russ will be good for tickets. You're right about that, too. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, Suns Celtics finals, maybe Lakers finals, probably not. Imagine if it was Lakers Celtics again. Leo says, what is he averaging? 29 points? You talking about Russ? Jesus Days says, Suns not making the finals. Hepatitis See You Later says, technically, but we all know that trading for PG was sort of like getting Kawhi too. He said, you get him, I'm coming. That's facts. Jesus Days says, have nobody been watching how bad the Suns been versus the Clippers and don't have their stars? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, Booker beast, LOL. I can't tell if you're agreeing with what I'm saying or you're laughing at me calling him a beast. Leo says, Booker, he is in prime. Come on, Dime. Yeah. Jordan, is when I made those comments. Jordan Smith said, AD this season is better than Booker. AD at least gives you both offense and elite defense. Okay, I'll give you this season, but last season is Booker, and the season before was Booker. Leo says, Ja is top 10. Not for me. Not for me. You're entitled to your opinion, but not for me. His jumper's still not consistent enough. I know we made those 6 to 10 threes. All he has is his floater in the in-between game. I don't trust his in-between game. Defense still a little suspect for me. And they seem to play more team basketball when he's not there. It's predictable, man. He's going to attack the rim. It's super hard to stop, but I just don't think that's winning you a chip. Devin Booker has gotten his team to the finals as the number one scorer. It's hard to guard that shot profile to me. Gus Day says, somebody wants Kawhi, PG, AD, Bron. People need to stop acting like the Sixers, Denver, Boston Heat wouldn't die to get one of them. Alex Martinez Greensky says, I hate to admit it, but Bricker is cooking us. Yeah, it's not Bricker. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, Mook for Schroeder. We have Bones Island. Hepatitis See You Later says, maybe Denver would like Kawhi, maybe for an MPJ, Christian Brown, some shit like that. I don't know. Depends on if they fall short and want to take a home run swing. That's an interesting comment. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, is Denver too good to be true? The defense isn't good enough. Check my last episode on that, on game 2. Jesus Day says, always some team that needs that one guy to make a run. Scarlet Pup says, Ty Lue probably won't be here for next season, but who knows? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, Nets suck with that Sixers sweep. Jesus Day says, Kawhi, Jokic, Murray would be nice. Yeah, it would definitely be nice. Hepatitis says, but would a team be scared to trade for Kawhi since it seems he only wants to play at home in LA and fear that he pulls a Ben Simmons? Yeah, that's a good point. Would Kawhi be willing to play basketball somewhere else? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, Kyrie experiment failed bad in Dallas. Did you guys check out my episode on that, by the way? By the way, my playoff vlog is out. If you haven't checked that out, please do. Go see what it was like inside the stadium. It was awesome. Dope to have playoff vlogs back. Check it out, please. And then if you want to see what happened with Dallas, everything that went wrong this season, had 2 great Mavs fans, SJ and Bibbs, on to talk about it. They went through the whole season. I asked them everything. It's a great episode. Jesus Day says, Kyrie and Luka both similar. 2 scorers that need the ball and can't defend. And it's a little bit lazy in comparison. Leo says, trade PG for Kyrie. Come on, dude. And Jesus Days checks him, says, yes, Kyrie's a free agent. Tyler Lamb says, would you go after Jeremy Grant this offseason? And if so, what would it cost? I'd be down to go for Jeremy Grant. What would it cost? I don't know what the Blazers would want from us. Bones Highland, Terrence Mann. It's going to be hard to make deals without Terrence Mann being involved. And I don't know. I wouldn't trade him. Jesus Day says, I'm a Lakers fan. Jonathan Jacob Q says, it's almost as if not playing in the regular season does not prevent injury, but in fact makes it more likely. Yeah. Ricky Beaver says, Kawhi ass. Oh, my God. Jesus Day says, Lakers can still lose. We haven't won shit yet. G says, AD made a 3 today. I almost creamed. Spence, what's up, Spence? Says, what's up, Dime? Kawhi, I think mentally ready to play with his sister's situation. Wasn't ready to play with his sister's situation? I don't know. Scarlet Pup says, Clippers are probably going to run it back one more time. She get a nice power forward like Nas Reed and looking to trade for Lillard to pair with Kawhi. Man. Jesus Day says, Laker fans want to reset already. No, they don't. Nathan Cruz says, don't think we've blown it up after this year. Don't think there are trade packages out there where Clippers get a lot back for Kawhi or PG. Hepatitis See You Later says, same. I wonder what happened to AD's 3-ball. It's good. It's more of a paint player, but occasional threes wouldn't hurt. Chop River says, you ever heard that song Russell Westbrook on a Farm? Excuse me? Nathan Cruz says, Kawhi back game 5, get the W. PG comes back game 6, get the W, and we have to win in game 7. Dude, don't do this to yourself, Nathan. I'm just telling you. G says, Lakers look good. What you mean a reset? Jesus Day says, AD doesn't care about basketball like he used to. Interesting. Scarlet Pup says, Nuggets beating Suns in 5 or 6. Jesus Day says, AD got worse at free throws and shooting. Hepatitis See You Later says, it's no guarantee Lakers are going to win this first round. It's far from over. Nathan Cruz says, once we get to Intuit, we won't have any more of these dumb afternoon short turnaround games. It's so dumb how we played game 4 before Lakers played game 3. I agree. Jesus Day says the Lakers versus Memphis series is still too close. Sup, Juan? Spencer, I also think PG has shown me more than Kawhi. PG, at least we know his status. Kawhi like a wish-wash if you want to play. I agree with that for sure. G says, acting like the Lakers should just blow out the 2 seed is hilarious. Nick Nurse or Steven Silas as a replacement for Ty Lue. How'd you feel about this? Not Steven Silas. What's he proven as a coach? Nick Nurse, I could be down to talk about that. Jesus Day says JJJ and Kennard didn't play their best games. Barry is laughing at Brooks. June 28th, July says LOL sprained CPU. Juan Guerrero says, do you blow up the team? No comment. Hepatitis See You Later says Luke Kennard is bound to go bonkers. He loves playing LA. Edwin Alvarez says, who do you want off the roster for next season? No comment. Spencer says, and also Steve Ballmer got to be more serious as an owner and demand greatness. I feel you on that. Jesus Day says, if Clippers just let the Lakers win that regular season game, shaking my head. What? We would have been playing Memphis? Is that what you wanted? And they still would have gotten hurt, right? Nathan Cruz says, yeah, it's true. We would beat Suns fully healthy. But if we took the regular season serious, we could have been top 3 and be able to withstand injuries in the first round. Phoenix says, Nick Nurse, baby. He's probably signing with Houston, though. He coached their G League affiliate for a while. He knows that organization inside and out. If you go to LA, nothing is set in stone. Yeah, I've heard Houston rumors. Tyler Lamb says PG and Bones Highland for Tyrese Halliburton. You think the Indiana Pacers would accept that? You're crazy. Yeah, so they're not trading Tyrese. Jordan Smith says LeBron hasn't been great in these playoffs. Rui Reeves, AD were the ones hiding LeBron on defense, especially AD. Wow, is that true? His defense was good in the first 2 games. Laith Mohaher says, WFA dime. Appreciate you, man. She says, saying AD doesn't care about basketball like he used to after a good game is crazy. Oh, yeah, it is a little crazy after a good game. So thank you, Spencer. Smash the like and subscribe. Jesus Day says, Warriors of Sacramento. I'm going to stick with my pick of Warriors in 6. Daniel Barry says, Warriors, Lakers, second round. That'd be crazy if we finally got Lakers, Warriors in this era. LeBron on the Lakers. Nathan Cruz says, I'm excited when we move to Intuit because hopefully they'll bring out the real Clipper fans and the casuals and Laker fans won't show up to our games anymore. I hope less. G-Master Funk Flex says, I'm tired of it. Trade Kawhi and PG-13. Build around Bones. Jeez. Sam Nichols says, I know you don't want to talk about offseason, but is Russ coming back? How would I know if Russ is coming back, dude? Jesus Day says, it's just disappointing that AD plays like he did, but then plays like he did in game 2. We're going to need 2019 game 5 versus Warriors vibe for this next game. Agreed. I'm glad my Lakers won the championship in the bubble, even though it didn't count. Oh, wow. You're saying it didn't count? Daniel Barry don't like that. He said, yes, it counts. Counts more than the Clippers chips. Dude. That guy's a Laker fan you're talking to. We don't have no chips. Come on, man. Dime, do you think the Lakers have a shot at winning the chip? A very small one. I think you have a chance at making the finals. I don't think you're going to win the chip. Not really, so no. Why do you bring up that shit? Gives me PTSD. I get angry we didn't close out in 5 if Nurse doesn't call that dumb timeout or Katie doesn't decide to sacrifice his Achilles. We party at home. That would have been cool to party at home. Spencer says, I don't get the Russ slander. He's literally one of the greatest point guards to ever play. People in media just totally dismiss this man. It's true. Plus, those Clay narratives wouldn't happen because there'd be no Game 6. Because of no, that's what Game 6 Clay was a thing before that series. What you mean? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Oh, Rockstar Mel. Rockstar Mel says, what the hell are you doing live this late? Well, first of all, I could be asking you the same question here on East Coast time. Secondly, what am I doing up? I came back from my parents' anniversary and I didn't go live, so got to do it. And people showed up. Fuck. Have you ever tried one of those hot dogs outside of Crypto? They always smell so fire. Yeah, bacon wrapped hot dogs, or as my sister calls it, street meat, street dog. Yeah, it's fire. So last time I got one, it was fucking cold. That got me heats. The Lakers, Kings, Knicks fan bases this year, says Daniel Berry. Yes, and watch. In the second round, the Celtics can go up too. Jesus Day says Lakers, Knicks finals, like 1970. By the way, if you haven't checked out my Dime Machine video breaking down the tape of that game, Game 7, the night the Knicks won the championship, please go do it. Jerry West, Wilt, Frazier. It's a great history lesson, and it's footage of the game. You can watch the full game too. It's dope. Worst Game 7 performance I've ever seen from a team in the finals. That was ridiculous what the Lakers did. Phoenix says the MSG crowd is better than any crowd. Not the Sacramento one. Well, I haven't been to Sacramento, but this playoff crowd this year, Sacramento takes the cake. G says Russ wasn't having the best season on the Lakers. I don't think it was all pressure, though. Daniel says 1973, Lakers crowd is greater than Knicks. Get the fuck out of here. I've been to both. That's not even, come on. G says he started bad and it snowballed into some crazy shit. Facts. Jesus Day says the Knicks looked real versus the Cavs. Jordan Smith said, I can't wait to watch the Rams again. Really? We're going to be trash, dude. Dodgers should have more, bro. Too many playoff disappointments with the talent they have. It's facts. This current Lakers roster might be better than 2021. Hell no. That LeBron was much better. Daniel says, what's up? Cheers. Dodgers love losing in the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, G agrees with me. No, sir. Daniel says, pay Reeves. Rui is greater than Reeves if it comes down to it. Really? I don't know about all that. Laker Nation says, Bron doesn't deserve no fucking credit. With the midseason flip around, he's the one that signed up on Westbrook. Rob changed the team, not LeBron. Interesting. Kind of agree with that. G says, Jeannie not seeing heaven if she just has to choose. Mel says, what do you do with the Clippers now? No comment. It's not over. G Master Funk Flex says, CB3 can ICKD. Is that E? I don't know. Joey and Jesse Buss deserve all the credit for Reeves and Caruso and many more. Tagai Locano, Tagliafico, says trade Kawhi. Jaime Tiago says, you're listening to ESPN and the media too much if you don't think a Laker team can't win it all. Interesting. It's Arrow says, thoughts on LeBron looking okay at best? He's 38 years old. Stop holding him to such a high standard. Just admit it. He's not as good as you think he is anymore. Stats lie. G says the Buss brothers deserve more credit. I want Braun traded. I'll trade Braun for Jaylen Brown right now. Are you serious? Daniel Berry says no, LOL. Jaime says LeBron looking okay at best and then winning games is a fucking nightmare. G says watching Jaylen Brown try to fill in this playmaking for the Lakers would be comedy. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Yes, Alchemy Productions, I would bring back Westbrook. Lakers Nation also says, I agree, I want Braun traded. He leaves all his teams in a disaster when he leaves them. Oh, my God. After a win, gentlemen? Phoenix answers the question. KD didn't take a pay cut. It was the cap that spiked because the new TV deal and new CBA structure that allowed him to sign in Golden State. Right, and Curry had a soft contract. How many years we're going to go into the playoffs without superstars? Dude, if I wish I said that whatever the number is now, that's the number and that's it. Taigo Locano says Kawhi is such a waste of money and talent. Oof. Daniel Berry says LeBron traded? Hell no. Alchemy Production asks, is it time to trade PG-13 while he still has value? No comment. Hepatitis See You Later says trade LeBron? LOL. LeBron not staying in LA a couple more years, AD not being healthy. What? I think LeBron's here for a minute. Kratos says Kawhi for Zion. Are you kidding me? That's the answer to our injury problem. Bring Zion in. Oh, Jesus says that's why I want LeBron traded. LeBron refused to sign a 4-year with us. It's so funny. Do people not understand you're not going to talk about trade talks about the Clips till the season is over? Yeah, it seems like not. The amount of dumb trade scenarios I see in the chat is giving me CTE. He did that little 2 years. Jesus stays with the contract. G says, nah, Cat can kick rocks. Clippers must blow it up. 4 years of nothing. One Western Conference Finals, that's it. Multiple first-round exits. Just off Kawhi and PG-13. 2013, 23% of all games playing together. Are you serious? Jordan Smith says last season Booker was better than AD, but this season I'm going with AD. Fair enough. Every org in the NBA does the same thing in the 19 offseason that the Clips did. If they had the option to getting PG off of a top 3 MVP finish and Kawhi coming off a historic run, you pull the trigger. Yeah, I agree. Nathan says trade PG to Miami. Sorry. For Tyler Jovic, Hero, and picks. No, Hero's contract is terrible, dude. I think every team would want AD, an elite defender that can give you 20 or more. Who wouldn't want that? It's just the injuries. Haters will tell you otherwise. Trade PG-13 back for SGA. Thunder clearly won the trade. So you think they'd take PG back for SGA? Come on, man. Let's get real. Jeremy Grant is what I want. I'll trade D'Lo for Jeremy Grant right now. Grant is also injury prone, says it's Arrow. AD is a free agent in 2024 that can get interesting, but I see AD in the match from the Lakers. Thoughts? Let's just wait to see how this playoff goes, guys. Enjoy it. Oh, my God. The Serbian white guy can't make it because of lack of defense. We can see it right now. First seed, and people still diss the Nuggets. ALLBALL. Serbian white guy can't make it? No, he's a beast, but their defense is not good enough to win a championship. Dream on. I called dibs on Jaylen Brown to lead the Lakers' future. Get the fuck out of here. Jaylen Brown, Lakers versus Jason Tatum, Celtics. Oh, my God. Lakers going to pay AD unless he wants to go back home to Chicago or something. No comment. Oh, Sixers fans. Oh, same thing going through it. Embiid again. Can't stay healthy. I'm not going to talk about that tomorrow. The things I do to have won playoffs without an Embiid injury as a 76ers fan. Yeah. Zach to Celtics, Brown to Lakers, AD to Chicago. Three-team trade. Oh, my God. Daniel says AD staying in L.A. Everybody says I don't see the AD leaving L.A. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but at the end of the day, it's all jokes. No hard feelings. I'm sorry, it's not like that. I was also blind. We can't do ish with this Kawhi as PG-13. Both are too injury prone, at least in LA. In 4 years, we did 0. Why 1 more year? Give me an argument. Yeah. Does it count in your opinion, Dime? What you mean? Daniel Berry says Sacramento crowd is great. Phoenix says, I thought he was referring to Game 5 of the finals in 2019 finals. I'm slow as fuck. Relax. Hepatitis says, one of my geometry of believer friends says the Lakers win versus the Celtics in the finals according to the numbers. Have a good night, everybody. I'm out. Says Daniel. Good night, Daniel. Phoenix says, it's impossible for me to pick against Boston this year to win it all. I despise that city with my soul, but they're loaded. They are. We want to keep ignoring the reality that the Lakers might be real. No, the Lakers are real. It's terrifying because they were never supposed to be here. The bubble is about to bust. Oh, my God. It sounds like the only thing about to bust is your cock, the way you're fucking sounding high, man. Kratos says the Clippers should be thankful Kawhi picked them. They were irrelevant until then. Well, no, we weren't. We have not gotten more relevant since Kawhi. People keep forgetting the Lakers are the underdog in this series. Are they not? No, I don't think so. Everybody acting tough when they up. Elias says, in my eyes, we won the Sun series regardless of what happens. It's not. We don't do moral victories, bro. It's still funny when they did the whole Battle of LA bullshit. Like, when has it ever been a Battle of LA? It sells, it sells. The Lakers are healthy. They're dangerous, dude. You had a lot to. You're getting really excited over that win. The way we were handing it to them without our two best and Batum and Morris playing like a steaming pile of feces. Yeah, funny. Now I'm at the end. Lakers roster doesn't touch 2020 with the amount of point of attack stoppers they have with Caruso, KCP, and Kuz. All of them can shoot the ball as well. A better version of AD and Bron too. Agreed. Battle of LA and Disney World. Get the fuck out of here. Let's put up a banner. We almost won 3 games with just Russ. Get the fuck out of here. Remy, what's up, Dime? So sad that we're on the verge of elimination after your promise to ship. Got so much to say, but I'll wait till we're officially out. Still room for the Clips in 7. Dime moving the goalpost. LOL. Grizzlies are the 2nd seed. Lakers are 7th. Yeah, but like, they don't have Brandon Clark and Steven Adams, dude. We got to be upfront with that. They don't have Brandon Clark and Steven Adams. You guys made a trade. It's been a different team in the second half of the season. You have the 2 best players in the series, bro. I think the majority of people pick Lakers. It's 50-50. But I'm out, man. Hey, guys, please comment on this video when it's over. Please. You guys are amazing. And, I hope. By the way, I'm going live tomorrow night. I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to watch, but I'm going to try my best. Peace. Have a great night.